Imagine this, you're 14. Not thinking about video games or high school crushes, but how you're going to feed 6 younger siblings. That was my life. My name is Leo, and this is my story. When our parents passed away, I became the man of the house overnight. 14 years old, with 6 little mouths to feed, 6 pairs of eyes looking up at me with a mix of hope and hunger. I took any job I could find. Washing dishes until my hands were raw, sweeping floors in dusty warehouses, carrying loads that made my young bones ache. The days were long, the nights were short, and the pay was never enough. Some people in our small town looked down on us. They'd whisper as we walked by, their words like little stones hitting my already bruised spirit. "Look at those ragged kids," they'd say. The landlord, a man named Mr. Harrison, was the worst. He'd bang on our door, his voice booming, threatening to throw us out on the street, even when I was just a day late with the rent. He'd look at my little sister, Maya, clutching her worn-out teddy bear, and show no mercy. Those moments of humiliation burned into my memory. My siblings were my world, my reason for everything. I'd come home exhausted, but seeing their faces, even in our cramped, cold apartment, was like a burst of sunshine. I'd save a little piece of bread from my meager lunch just to give them an extra bite. I promised them, and myself, that one day, things would be different. I'd spend my nights, after everyone was asleep, sketching designs in a tattered notebook. I had ideas, dreams of building things, creating things that could change our lives. My big break came unexpectedly. A local construction company was hosting a design competition for a new community park. The prize money was more than I'd ever seen. I poured all my sleepless nights, all my hopes, into my design. It wasn't just about swings and slides, it was about creating a space where families, no matter how poor, could feel welcome and joyful. Against all odds, I won. That win was the first step. I used the money to start a small contracting business, the same work ethic that got me through. Those tough years now fueled my ambition. I worked harder than anyone, I was smarter, and I remembered every single lesson in humility and hardship. My business grew, project by project, year by year. I made sure my siblings had the best education, the warmest clothes, and a house filled with laughter, not fear. Years later, I was a successful property developer. One day, I heard that Mr. Harrison's old apartment building our old home was up for sale. He was in financial trouble. I bought it. The day the papers were signed, I went to see him. He didn't recognize me at first. I just smiled and said, "Hello, Mr. Harrison, remember me? I'm the boy you once threatened to throw onto the street." The color drained from his face. But I didn't want revenge in the way he understood it. My revenge was different. I told him I was renovating the entire building, turning it into beautiful, affordable housing for families in need. And I offered him a job as the groundskeeper, on the condition that he treat every tenant with the dignity and respect he never showed my family. My success wasn't about getting even. It was about proving that where you start doesn't have to be where you end up. It was about turning pain into purpose. Today, my siblings are all successful in their own right. And we run a foundation that helps kids who are starting out just like we did. True strength isn't about crushing those who hurt you. It's about building a world where that kind of hurt can't happen to others. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my story. If it resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content. See you next time.